Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So I want to bring this story to you guys. I watched it a little bit this morning, and all day I've been thinking about it, and so I thought that I would share it with you guys. The thing that upsets me about this is because it's your typical white privilege story, and it's really annoying because it's always white privilege at the expense of a black person. So here, I'll start the beginning and let you guys.
Cameras there as she's released after months behind bars. The high school senior who went from bleeding cheers leading the national news.
Kaitlyn Hunt and her teen sex case.
Sex scandal. Locked up, all because of a high school romance with another girl who was just 14.
Yeah, I thought high school was bad. Jail was bad.
Tonight, she's back home, but not home free.
But there's no taking this off.
No.
This is on.
3 years.
3 years.
So just by watching that tiny first clip, you would think that she's the victim of something. Someone did something to her, and poor her. They don't start this story the way they would start it if, let's say, she were black, or God forbid, a black guy. So she's 18 in a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old. Okay, so she is very much no victim. But when you watch this story, they never do stories that doesn't fit their narrative. Okay, they want you to see blonde hair, blue-eyed, high school student. Did you see all the prepping up they did before they showed her in her orange jumpsuit? They had to show you her as a captain of a cheerleading squad. They want to tell you her school credentials, and they want to show her off as a victim. Never would you see this had she been a black man or even a black woman.
Here's high school confidential. Plus a trusted teacher ordering her kindergarten students to punish a 6-year-old by beating him. Everybody thinks I'm a bad person. Is she a monster?
She's a monster, but
That's the real cops tonight.
We're not gonna be even watching that part. But yeah, that's a monster.
But breaking the law, speeding 120 miles per hour. And not
to leave now. And does she have a message tonight for those who judged her? ABC's Matt Gutman has the exclusive interview.
It's not your typical Friday night for this teenager. She's not walking out of the movies or some party with friends. This is Kaitlyn Hunt, walking out of jail just months after walking across the stage for high school graduation. So why would
they still want to parade her around like she's some innocent college student? They show her walking out to a cheering audience. They want to show her, having an escort of pretty much bodyguards, because they made it seem like she's some famous person with some personal bodyguards, which is just ridiculous.
Was this team doing hard time? It all began on Florida's Treasure Coast. Sebastian River High, home of the Sharks. Can't hide that shark pride, they say. But what was hidden in that teenage shark tank called high school? No one is proud of. A sex scandal, felonious love.
Kaitlyn Hunt and her teen sex case.
Sex scandal.
Lewd and lascivious battery of a child.
Kaitlyn Hunt was a senior whose crush turned into a crime. Her love improbably landing her in lockup here at the Indian River County Jail.
A criminal relationship never crossed my mind once.
Of course it doesn't, because with her white privilege, in her mind, brings her entitlement. She is entitled to date and molest and rape whoever she wants to. This is a child rapist, okay? This right here, she's not a homecoming queen and a high school cheerleader. She's a child molester. But they want to parade her around and act like she's some victim. She's not a victim. When do we put child molesters on the news and parade them around and talk about their credentials. Because last I knew, we didn't do that. But it seems like if you're a white woman in America, you can do whatever you want to. This is a child rapist that they have on TV trying to make you feel sorry for, trying to get sympathy for. This is disgusting. Like, what? How is this allowed in America?
Hunt was an honor student, a choir girl.
I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna scream so loud.
She gets her cameo on TV. You know, she's a choir singer. She's an honor student. She is a pedophile. Not one time do you hear them saying what she really is. They really need to label her what she really is. Like, this is just disgusting, and it's very, very upsetting. For me, for someone that you know, I'm a parent, I have a child, I really think that protecting children is one of the most important things we can do as society. But right here, we're showing that if you're a white woman, you can go ahead and molest kids. You can be a child predator. And we'll just put you on 2020 and act like you're a victim. We'll show you as a cheerleader and say, look at this, you know, perfect honor roll student, cheerleader, churchgoer. They're making it seem like something happened to her, that she's somehow being victimized. And you want to know why? Because her victim has brown skin. So automatically, with their narrative, that makes her the victim.
She tossed in the air by her fellow cheerleaders here, was also voted most school spirit. Possessed of a big heart. Right for love.
We had lunch together. We just started hanging out a lot, like in school and talking. We had fun together.
The cheerleader fell for the athlete. At first, just nearly kisses, and then sex in the school bathroom.
I would say we had a really close relationship. We told each other everything.
Although Kaitlyn was 18 at the time, the person she had sex with was just 14. But it gets much more complicated, because this is not a classic Romeo and Juliet story. It's a
How is it complicated? It's only complicated because she's a white woman. When has it ever been complicated? The child is 14, you're an adult. Okay, cut and dry. It's pretty cut and dry. It's not confusing. There's nothing that you need to think about. Imagine that this was a white man and a black man, a black 18-year-old and a 14-year-old white girl. Because the narrative will be completely different. Everyone would be like, lock him up and throw away the key. Everyone will be like, oh, he's a pedophile. They would look up any kind of suspensions he ever might have had. If he crossed the street illegally once when he was 5, you would hear about that. But with her, no, we're going to prop her up. We're going to make it seem like she's the victim. Look how pretty she is. Look at that blonde hair. She couldn't possibly be a child molester. Somebody definitely tricked her into this situation. So let's get really deep into it, because we know she couldn't possibly be a predator. That she is.
Juliet and Juliet story. The person 18-year-old Kaitlyn Hunt says she loved and had sex with was a 14-year-old girl.
She was real funny. She was like that person you could go to if you're having a bad day. She could cheer you up in like 5 minutes. She was just, you know, all around just a good girl.
Kaitlyn's mother, Kelly, says she knew her daughter was in a same-sex relationship, but didn't realize the other girl was so young. And did you meet the girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What did you think of her?
She was a sweetheart. I liked her. She was very sweet.
Did it ever dawn on you that the difference in age might be a dangerous thing?
I did not know the girl was 14. I had no.
But the thing is, her daughter knew. Your daughter knew that the girl was 14, and your daughter knew that she was a predator and a child molester. And now we all know that.
Idea she was a freshman. She looks older than my daughter.
Something else she says she did not know, the younger girl ran away from home one night and had a sleepover with Kaitlyn in her home. Eventually,
But do you see how they're already trying to paint a picture of the victim being somehow in the wrong? She somehow, we didn't know that she was 13 when my daughter brought her over. I didn't know she was 13. She tricked us into this. No responsibility. None of these people are taking responsibility for their actions. They're not calling it what it is. They want to sit there and say, oh, we didn't know how old she was. Oh, and look, she ran away too. Do you want to tell us if the victim had detention one day too?
it was a coach who revealed the relationship to the younger girl's parents. The next day, they and their 14-year-old daughter were in the sheriff's office.
And rightfully so. Those parents made the right decision to have this pedophile, this predator arrested. They did the right thing. They should definitely have had her arrested, and I would have fought tooth and nail to have her locked up underneath the jail. If you just saw her, did she look like she had any remorse, that she was sorry for what she did, that she even acknowledged what she did was wrong? No, but she doesn't need to, because she's a white girl in America, and there's her white privilege tells her that she is entitled to do whatever she wants to, and 2020 is backing it. They really are. It's really disgusting that they would even do an interview like this, where they're painting this picture of this pedophile, of this child predator being some type of all-American hero high school girl. This is disgusting, and shame on you, 2020, for doing it like this.
Feeling was that the relationship was unhealthy and inappropriate based upon the age of the parties.
Unhealthy and inappropriate, but how do you prove the nature of the relationship was sexual? Crimes Against Children detective Jeremy Shepard, with the help of the younger girl, sets a trap to confirm Kaitlyn crossed the line.
Tell me how you decided to do this controlled phone call with the victim.
That is a procedure that we often use in cases like.
And they still don't want to use the terms that they should be using. This is really pissing me off, because he's sitting there talking about something's inappropriate. Looking at the 14-year-old when you're 18, with thoughts in your head that you want to kiss them or something, that's inappropriate. What she did is child rape. Okay, what she did is molestation. What she did makes her a pedophile.
This in order to attempt to get the victim to get a confession from the suspect for us.
Like, you're our first person I ever had sex with, like, so, like, that's an attachment, you know? Like, does that mean anything to you?
Obviously, it was really sweet.
This is where sweet love soured. In the state of Florida, even consensual sex between an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old is illegal. Kaitlyn was arrested.
They had her handcuffs in the driveway.
Put into a police cruiser. What's going through your mind?
I don't even.
You see the victim music, the interviewer, he's just like, oh, you're poor 18-year-old adult that should not have been molesting and raping a 14-year-old child. But let's not say that. Let's act like the predator's the victim. And it only gets worse from here, guys. It really only gets worse from here.
No, it's just I was so shocked. You know, I was scared to death because she was so scared to death.
I'm Detective Shepard with the Sheriff's Office.
In an interrogation room, Kaitlyn is questioned, asked about intimate details most people would want to discuss with their best friend, much less a police officer.
Would you say the first time y'all had sex was before Christmas or after Christmas? Okay.
When we met Kaitlyn at the Indian River County Jail, we expected to meet a bubbly teenager. But after 2 months in lockup, the high-spirited girl was gone. This Kaitlyn appeared stunned, nearly speechless, still a bit bewildered by the
stunned, speechless, but not remorseful, not sorry that she took advantage of a 14-year-old. She doesn't feel bad, no remorse. She feels sorry for herself. She felt, oh, I'm stunned. What? I'm white in America and I can't do whatever I want to? But that girl's black. Who cares about her? Who cares about who cares about the 14-year-old girl that I took advantage of? Who cares about that? What about me?
the whirlwind that landed her here.
So you literally didn't know that you were breaking the law?
No, I really didn't. I wouldn't have continued if I really knew what the laws were and if I knew what I was getting myself into.
So last I knew, it was pretty common knowledge that if you're 18, you can't have sex with a 14-year-old. I think that's pretty common knowledge. And ignorance is not an excuse. Every child molester would love to say, oh, I didn't know it was illegal. I'm sorry, judge. Sorry, kid, I didn't know it was illegal to molest you. So let's just call this one, let's just, charge this one to the game. And yeah, let me just go live my life. Are you kidding me?
Parties charged Kaitlyn with 2 counts of lewd or lascivious battery. Those are felonies.
I don't think that either one of these girls thought that anything that they did was wrong.
I understand that Kaitlyn is 18.
The 14-year-old did not do anything wrong. This is disgusting. And this is right here is why I tell you guys white supremacy is terrorism. It's nothing less. It's complete and utter terrorism. They're sitting here trying to act like they're victims of something. That somehow both people are on the same, the 14-year-old and the 18-year-old perpetrator are somehow, they're on the same playing field. She's 18 and she's 14, but they're on the same playing field, the same mindset. It was just both of them just doing something, so they don't see a problem with it. Why is she getting in trouble? I just, honestly, I'm gonna try to watch more of this, but this is really disgusting me, and these people are ridiculous, disgusting pieces of garbage, okay? Because they're sitting there victimizing a perpetrator that targeted a minor to get in a sexual relationship with. Okay? That is not okay on any level. And I promise you, if that 14-year-old girl had blonde hair and white skin, this entire narrative would be completely different. But because she is brown, with brown skin, she's not a victim, because it can't possibly be that the white girl with the blonde hair is the perpetrator against someone black. Why are we even prosecuting her? What is this?
I'm well aware that she's 18, but in no way, shape, or form is that child an adult.
After her arrest, Kaitlyn was released on bail.
She's 18. She's an adult. You can call her a child as much as you want to. And see, they will twist things. They will try to change, 18, but she's a child. But I promise you, if her daughter was 17 and she was dating a 19-year-old black male, he would not be a child. They would not consider him a child. They would be screaming, lock him up and throw away the key. But she wants to sit her pathetic self on this camera and sit there and say her 18-year-old is a child who just didn't know what she was doing. Is she mentally retarded? I'm pretty sure they'll try to go that angle too, because they're like, oh, we haven't pulled the mental health card yet. We got to keep watching, because I'm pretty sure there's a mental health card somewhere in there where she has some kind of mental illness that makes it where she has to molest kids.
The judge set a condition. She could not contact her young girlfriend. But
her young girlfriend, her victim, her victim. You guys see what I'm talking about with this white supremacy? Her young girlfriend. Please show me anybody, even, you know, there's a lot of white supremacist trolls that like to troll this. Please show me a situation where there is a black 18-year-old that is having an illegal relationship with a 14-year-old. Okay? Show me that, and then show me where they call it his girlfriend. Because the last guy knows she was a victim, not her girlfriend. Let's look at for her girlfriend. She's a 14-year-old child, and this is a 18-year-old child molester.
Happy cheerleader and choir girl who dreamed of studying nursing is now facing a severe penalty for forbidden romance.
Her forbidden romance? You mean her child rape and child molestation? They're really just pouring this out, and this is disgusting. Like, I really have the right mind to write to 2020, because this is disgusting. This should never be done. And the girl parents, the 14-year-old child's parents, need to sue 2020 for this, because this is disgusting. This is horrible, the way they're doing this video, where they're sitting there acting like her perpetrator is somehow a victim, and that she's just her girlfriend, and they don't know why anything went wrong or why even the cops got involved. It's that white privilege in her head she doesn't get. None of them understands. And these are disgusting backwood inbred Florida people anyway. So I shouldn't have high hopes for them in the first place. But this is disgusting, you guys. This is just like, I cannot even believe that I'm seeing this, and these are the words that I'm hearing. Poor her, because now she has a criminal record. What about poor 14-year-old that had to be violated by an 18-year-old? What about that? What about this is a disgusting sex offender that should be locked under the jail? What about that?
Sex offender status and a maximum prison sentence of 30 years.
Voted most school spirit, and then you're in jail.
I know. It's like something you think you would never go through.
It just happened to her. One day she was, you know, voted most school spirit, and now, oh my gosh, you're in jail. What happened? Like, why are you all you did was molest a 14-year-old. You're just in here for child rape. What happened to you? You're white. Why are you in here? Shame, shame, shame on ABC.
My senior year was like ruined.
Did she ever tell you about her sexuality?
Not outrightly, you know, not like, hey, I'm gay, or hey, I'm a lesbian, or hey.
Did you guys just hear her? My senior year is ruined. You're a pedophile, okay? That you made the choice to do this. The choice wasn't the 14-year-old. She's not old enough to make a choice to be in a sexual relationship with an 18-year-old. But you were the adult in the situation, and you knew better. And you didn't care. You thought, I'm white, so I can do whatever I want. I have my white privilege, so I can, if I want to rape this little black girl, why can't I? Sick.
And bisexual, we never had that conversation.
Her mother claiming the prosecutor and the younger girl's family were motivated in part by an anti-gay bias. On Facebook, she aired her daughter's Shakespearean lament, writing of the younger girl's parents. They were out to destroy my daughter. I feel like my daughter made their daughter gay. The family then came up with this line: stop the hate, free Kate.
You think they had made a whole, this is disgusting. Like, if that was my 14-year-old, I would be on every news, every social media, and make sure that this pedophile gets the maximum. She needs to be in there for 30 years because she's going to do it again. She has an entire support system telling her that she did nothing wrong. And then they want to turn it to it's a gay thing. Oh, her parents are anti-gay. How about they're anti-child molestation? How about they're anti-child rape?
Everybody to know what was going on, and for someone else to say you were raped, like, this is absolutely crazy and wrong.
Gay rights activists and others grabbed this digital gauntlet and rallied behind Kaitlyn and her family.
If they could play in the same basketball team together, they should be able to date. It's ridiculous.
Oh, wow, I'm gonna pretend she didn't. Do you see though the sickness that runs through them? Do you see this? This is sick. This is a very sick, distorted mindset. She just said if they can play on the same basketball team, then they can date. They're fighting for this disgusting pedophile's right to continually rape a 14-year-old. But let's make it a gay thing now. Stop the hate. Last I knew, child molestation was not okay. Last I knew, child rape was not something that we promoted. I must just be really wrong on things, because last I knew we did not promote child rape. But I guess we do if it's by a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman. Then you can just it's fine. You're good.
Supporters donated tens of thousands of dollars. A petition against the prosecution got more than 300,000 signatures online. And this past summer, Kaitlyn flew to New York to march in the world's largest annual gay pride parade.
What does it feel like to, in some ways, become this icon of the gay community?
It's pretty awesome.
This is disgusting for the gay community, and shame on the gay community for getting behind this. Gay people, and I'm not talking to the gay community, people that did not back this, but if you're gay and you're backing child molestation, do you see how this is counterproductive for your movement? Because that is one of the things that anti-gay protesters and stuff, that's one of the things that they say is, oh, well, they're child molesters and stuff like that. Well, you backing a child molester, someone that is charged with child rape, someone that sent nude pictures to a 14-year-old, and you guys want to back her? You're backpedaling. You're going backwards. This is not okay. This is horribly disgusting, and this is very concerning to me. Because this is not in the best interest of children. This is not keeping our children safe. When we sit there and we donate money to a pedophile, to a child rapist, to a registered sex offender, that is what she is. How dare you march with her? Sick.
Because the support from that community is just overwhelming, but nice at the same time.
Scared of losing my life, the rest of my life, not being able to go to college and be around kids and my sisters and my family.
If Kaitlyn were Kyle, how different would this be?
My honest opinion is it would not be an issue.
The prosecutor offered.
If Kaitlyn was Tyrone, how different would this be? That's what you need to. You don't even need to answer, because you already know. It will be beyond an issue. It wouldn't be an issue, because you wouldn't have all these people saying it's okay, she can molest a 14-year-old. Let's just let's give her a pass and let her enjoy her high school year and just stop talking about it, because the victim's Black anyway, so who cares? Why is that not a problem? Where's the gay community protecting the 14-year-old? Does her brown skin not make you, that means we don't support her, even though she's the victim. even though she's gay too. But she has brown skin, so we don't really need to protect her. She's not really, and that's why I don't like when I see Black people in these gay parade marches or these women's right marches. It's just ridiculous. It's stupid. I don't have anything against gay people. Same as straight people. I don't care. Who you're having sex with, as long as they are of legal age and cognitive development, then I don't care. But it's really, really stupid when you're sitting there marching with a group of people that when it comes down to it, white skin is what's going to matter. Okay? Because the 14-year-old is gay or bisexual too, but you don't see them marching for her. You don't see them making t-shirts for her. She's the victim. But since the perpetrator has white skin and blonde hair, let's march for her.
Kaitlyn a plea deal. It included no jail time. She rejected the offer, insisting she did nothing wrong. She wanted a trial to prove her innocence.
Tell me what you were fighting for.
Equality, justice.
When we come back, a shocking reversal. 20,000 reasons Kaitlyn Hunt landed right back in jail. And her parents thrown into a tailspin over a phone call from their government.
I feel like they all should be drug outside and shot, honestly. That's my honest truth. I don't like this at all. I don't like anything about this. This is nasty. Screw the prosecutor for trying to even give her this. You're going to try to give her no jail time. I swear, like seriously, white supremacy is the biggest terrorist that we have. The biggest terrorist that we face today. And if this isn't an example of it, I don't know what is. Let's just let her be a child molester. Let's just let her get arrested for child rape. She sat there, she showed you that she did not feel any remorse. She is not sorry. She will do it again as soon as she gets a chance. As soon as she gets the chance, she will be doing it again. No consequences. And they have the nerve to sit there with the tears going down their face. Who's crying for the victim? Who's crying for the 14-year-old girl that is this is going to be her teenage life. This is what she gets to remember. Being violated. A 14-year-old cannot give consent to have sex with an 18-year-old. For a reason. The 14-year-old frontal lobe is not developed. They do not have the reasoning skills. They do not have the understanding of the consequences to what they're getting themselves into. But an 18-year-old does.
Just hang in there. Just calm down.
Behind bars and desperate. And what about the other parents? We will hear how they have suffered and their surprising views about the relationship that became a crime. Stay with us. "2020 returns. Once again, Matt Gutman.
I want to slap Matt Gutman. I'm so upset right now.
Free Kate became the nationwide rallying cry from Kaitlyn Hunt's army of supporters, coming to her side as her trial loomed.
There has been a massive campaign all week on her behalf.
The peppy Florida high school senior had been arrested for having a sexual relationship with a 9th grader, a 14-year-old girl. Did you love her?
Yeah, I loved her.
No, she didn't.
I was like my best friend too, you know.
Serious jail time.
She's not a predator.
She's a
not
predator.
a pedophile.
She's a pedophile.
She's this beautiful, smart, talented girl.
She's a
Kaitlyn Hunt's
disgusting
family and
child
supporters
molester.
complained loudly that anti-gay bigotry was driving the prosecution, bias on the part of the state and the younger girl's parents. Those supposedly bigoted, biased parents, Jim and Lori Smith.
She definitely took our daughter's innocence away in a way that should not have been done.
When they were informed their daughter was involved with an 18-year-old, they say they don't even remember being told it was an 18-year-old girl.
18? My daughter's only 14. She's not allowed to date yet. I knew that my daughter wasn't emotionally mature enough for any 18-year-old.
If Kaitlyn had been
And the law agrees. And if these people are so upset and so up in arms about this situation, about this 18-year-old being arrested for having this illegal relationship, then they need to go to their government officials and tell them that we don't think the age should be 14. We think that it should be legal. Change the laws and then and walk away from it. But they're not going to do that because they want to sit there and pick and choose who gets prosecuted. If it was a black man, they would have had him hung up, lynched from a tree already. This is Florida. Please give me a break. And they want to sit there and act like, oh, this is just love. Love is love. Then change the law then. Then make it legal for an 18-year-old to date a 14-year-old. Because none of them were, while they're doing their marches and they're doing their, raising money and stuff, why aren't you changing the laws? Go to legislation. Get the law changed. That'll fix it right there, won't it? But that's not what they want. They want to pick and choose who has to follow the laws and who don't. Who gets prosecuted for being a child molester and who doesn't. And since she doesn't fit their narrative, God forbid, we can't prosecute her. Since her victim has brown skin, oh well. Let's raise money for the predator. There's so much wrong with this. So much. And it's disgusting. I'm very upset that the LGBTQ people stood behind this. I don't get that, and it's very concerning to me. Like, that makes no sense. But when you live in a world that is ran by white supremacist terrorists, this is what we see. We see things like this, where it's okay to molest a 14-year-old as long as you're white. As long as you're white with blonde hair, oh well. We're not even going to call your victim a victim. We're just going to call her your girlfriend. Well, it's illegal for her to be her girlfriend. Do we just let's just brush that under the table, huh? Let's not pay attention to any laws now.
Kyle, would it have made a difference to you?
If it was Kyle, it still would have been wrong.
But the Hunts dug in. Kaitlyn rejected plea offers that would have let her avoid jail. She and her family insisting that she was the victim because of her sexual preference.
What did I say? She's the victim. Any way that they can make themselves the victim, they will make themselves the victim. So let's just not talk about the law that I broke while I had a sexual relationship with a minor. Let's not talk about that, because even though that's very, very illegal, I'm the victim because I'm gay. Seriously, that's her excuse. That's her claim. So did we make a law that says you have to be 18 or you can't give consent to an 18-year-old when you're 14? Did we make that law specifically so that we can put her in jail because she's gay? Because I don't know how many people from the LGBT group, how many of them are really affected by this law? Because I would just think if you're an adult, you just know that you can't have adult relationships with children. That's what I would think, and I think that's what the law reflects. That's what people should, it's the law. If you have a problem with the law, then you get the law changed. You don't break the law and then say, oh, well, you guys are just trying to make me follow the law because I'm gay. Or does being gay mean you don't have to follow that law? I'm confused here. Because I didn't know that there was a gay clause that said if you're gay, you can molest kids. If you're gay, child rape is okay. Because you're gay, and we don't want you to feel discriminated against or persecuted for being gay, so you don't need to follow the laws. You're exempt from all laws now because you're gay.
I think it's so wrong. I just want to do everything I can to beat it, and to win and get her, have her lives back, our lives back.
The Smiths say they want their lives back too. Lives they say have been threatened in menacing phone calls from people on the sidelines watching the case play out on television.
Your involvement in the prosecution of Kaitlyn Hunt means that I'm going to have to come and murder you.
Oh, but I thought they were stopping hate. I thought this was all about, stopping hate. But no, they can hate and send death threats to the parents of the victim. And you tell me that white supremacy isn't playing a huge part in this?
They've been accused of being anti-gay.
But what if your daughter came to you and said, Mom, Dad, I'm gay?
We've asked her that, and we've talked about it, and it's not really the issue for us.
She's our daughter. We're going to love her no matter what. We love her till the day we die.
They told me today that they would accept their daughter, whatever her sexuality might be. You think that's true?
No, I do not. I think that's a lie. I've always thought it was a gay issue for them.
And the time the young girl ran away wound up, as they would later discover, in the bedroom of Kaitlyn Hunt. The girl's parents say that was one of the worst days of their lives.
Lori, of all the things that we've talked about, your daughter going missing seems to be the thing that is most painful to you. Why?
I thought someone had come and taken her.
And then he's sitting there patronizing these parents. Obviously, she's upset if her child is missing. Obviously, she's upset that some 18-year-old predator has been around her child.
And my only thought was, I should have been there. I'm supposed to take care of her. This is my baby.
But the Smith family had not heard the last of Kaitlyn Hunt. In spite of the judge's order forbidding any contact whatsoever, police say Kaitlyn had been exchanging text messages with the other girl, more than 20,000 texts.
What did I tell you guys? 20,000 texts. She had no remorse. I told you she'd do it again if she got the opportunity. And let me guess, she's still the victim. She's still a victim, even though she was told, I'm pretty sure they told her, do not contact this child anymore. And yet she exchanged 20,000 texts with the child that she was arrested for child rape. Like, this is not. It's actually what I expect. I expect this because when you tell someone, which they setting this precedent to this disgusting predator, that it's okay for her to be a child molester. It's okay for you to be a predator. You're the victim. It's her fault somehow. It's the same as, the blame the rapist thing, or blame the rape victim for the situation. It's the same thing. It's her fault. And so now, obviously, she feels like, why can't she contact her? It's just her girlfriend. Even though it's illegal, extremely illegal, you're not supposed to be doing this. Oh, well, my white privilege says that I can, so I'm going to do it. In her mind, she doesn't get, why can't she? Why can't I? People are marching for me to be able to do this. You're marching for her to be able to continuously molest a child. Like, what is this?
Sending her nude and lewd photos and videos of herself, and most damning, there was intimate physical contact.
I wonder if
she's sending her nude pictures, 20-some thousand text messages. This is all to a child. This is after she'd already been arrested, already been charged with child rape and lewd acts towards a minor. So she's already been charged. They sat her down and already told her this is illegal. Because now, I mean, she claims she didn't know in the first place. The first time she didn't know. she's like the only person in the history of the world that didn't know that when you're 18, you can't have sex with a 14-year-old. I don't know anyone that doesn't know that, but somehow she didn't know that. Now they've told her, she's been arrested. She's had, you know, all these 300,000 people signing a petition saying, free the child molester. She should be able to go on and molest if she wants to. And so now they let her out on bail or something, and now she's back to it right now, sending this minor sexually explored pictures and text messages. It's disgusting. She did. Well, obviously that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna do it because they already told her, we all back you. Florida stands for allowing people to be child molesters. Obviously, as long as they're white, you're good.
If you feel that you've made a mistake here.
I made a mistake. Do I think I made a mistake, but
I'm trying to turn this up.
That I went to school with and I played basketball with? No. I don't think I made a mistake.
Do you think you made a mistake by sending her 20,000 text messages, including nude pictures?
See, and he still has this friendly, let's laugh about this, even though you just told us that after being warned that what you're doing was illegal, that what you're doing is considered child rape. After being warned and then let out of prison or jail and told not to do it, she just told you she doesn't feel bad. No remorse. She's laughing. She's okay with it. She's fine with it. But she's the victim. This is sick. This right here is some Americans' sickness. This is like cancer. White supremacy is like cancer in America. It really is. It is destroying the very core of America. It is disgusting. It is terrorism. And if we do not end white supremacy, we might as well just kiss America goodbye. Goodbye. And this is why Europe wouldn't keep these people. These are the people that Europe would have sent to Australia. This is disgusting, and it's degeneracy, and it's nasty, and this is the face of it. Like, this is it. This is it. You can't trust any of them. Clearly, you can't trust them. And she's laughing. No, I don't feel sorry for what I did. I don't feel remorse.
Pictures of yourself?
Yeah, I think that was a mistake.
But you kept up the contact, even though you knew you shouldn't. Why?
I needed closure. I felt like I had none when that first happened in February. You know, I was like forced to stop talking and forced to stop dating, and I just got wrapped up.
20.
She's a victim to her. She was forced to stop talking. You are forced to stop carrying on a sexual relationship with a minor. Poor you, because all other American adults can't do that, but you should be able to. Let's just let you do it because you want to, and you're gay. So I guess the LGBTQ community says they support you. I'm sure all of them don't, but clearly all of those in that march, they support you too. So I guess you should be able to continue to have an illegal relationship with this child. You go ahead.
50,000 text messages, nude pictures, videos.
I think Kaitlyn Hunt forced our daughter to stay in this relationship when our daughter didn't want to be in this relationship.
The judge ordered Hunt to wait out the rest of her time before trial in the county jail. The girl being a songbird. She now finds herself growing older as a jailbird.
Well, geez, poor her. We should just let all the child molesters and child rapists out because I'm sure they're all sad. I'm pretty sure if we go in the prisons, all of these child molesters are sad, so let's just let them out because they're sad, you know? And they could be doing other stuff like having relationships with children. And why not? It's just ridiculous. Like, none of this story makes any sense at all to me, except the fact that her parents called the police when they knew that their 14-year-old child, was being sexually abused by an 18-year-old. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. None of the rest makes any sense. Because here's their argument, we should just let all the child molesters out of jail. because I'm sure they all had happy, free lives before they were put in jail. They're fine and free and happy. So let's just let them all out. Ridiculous.
Hard times obvious during our interview with her parents when Kaitlyn called from lockup.
Okay, relax. Relax. Tell me what's going on. It's okay, calm down. I know, calm down, honey. Calm down.
Kaitlyn Hunt says Kaitlyn was upset fellow inmates were harassing her. The parents tried to put on a brave face for their daughter.
They're harassing her because she is a child predator. That's what happens to child predators. But let's just let them all out so that they're not sad. Because we don't want them to be sad in there. It's disgusting.
But afterward, they can't hide their pain.
Sorry. I don't think anybody can imagine what you've gone through.
You can't. I mean,
they're still the victim. This is disgusting. I really need to write to ABC because what they're doing is nasty. This seems like they're promoting child molestation, and it really feels like that. And so I think I'm really going to write them a letter because you should not make a show promoting child molestation because that's what you just did. You just made a whole show promoting this disgusting child molester and trying to make people feel sorry for her. Shame, shame, shame on you. And I just hope, the only reason I'm going to play the rest because I really hope that she gets a lot of prison time. I really do. I really do. But look, she's not. She's at home. I don't even want to watch. I want to know. I'm gonna play it because I want to know how much time she gets. But it's sick. This is sick and disgusting.
Yes, I just can't really describe it. It's so horrible.
And a long probation. We are there in the central booking room.
And you swear our firm testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Ultimately, there would be no trial for Kaitlyn Hunt. In October, she accepted a plea deal that would keep her behind bars for a total of 4 months, followed by 2 years of house arrest and a long probation. We are there in the central booking room.
I'm good. I can. This story is every pedophile's dream. It really is. It's every pedophile's dream. They're just all happy. Would you just release them all? Just let them all back out on the streets. Let's give them 4 months in jail. 4 months. 4 months. I can't. I'm done with this story. I'm over it. Let me know what you guys think of this story, because I can't. I can't. I'm totally over this. I can't. I think that she should have got the death penalty, and her parents should have got the death penalty, and that the interviewer person, he should have got the death penalty. They all should have got the death penalty. They're all disgusting and sick, and they're promoting child rape and child molestation, and that shouldn't be going on. It really shouldn't. So anyways, please like, comment, and share this video. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you're as livid as I am. I'm very upset about this video. This is a new video, so this is right now. This is the world we live in at this current moment. One where you can be a child, a pedophile, you can be arrested for child rape, and you just get 4 months. And this is after you got out of jail on bail and reoffended during that little time. But if you're a white girl, oh well. It's fine. You can go ahead and do it. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video.